Hello, I am Ms. Fabula. Welcome to this back to school reading orientation video. The purpose of this video is to provide insight of what we will be learning, studying, and reading in 4th grade. In this video, I will be sharing what children's literature is, my expectations for your child, what we are reading, and what to do if there are any concerns about what we are reading in class. Working together at school and home will allow your student to be a proficient reader and successful in the classroom. To properly support our children, we must understand what children's literature is. It is literature that is specifically made for children with the purpose of illuminating and entertaining them. Children's literature is valuable in education because it teaches them important skills like critical thinking, understanding what they hear, what they are reading, and phonemic awareness. The skills that children can learn through reading are in compliance with the text's essential knowledge and skills for grade 4. These skills are important because they are fundamental for students to have to be able to continue to grow as readers in the future. 5 books I plan to read with students during this school year are Indian No More, Fables, 6 Dots, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and Little House on the Prairie. Indian No More by Charlene Willing McManus is a historical novel about the effects of the Indian termination policy of the 1950s on Native Americans. This book allows students to empathize with others regardless of their background or identity through Regina's story, who faced her tribe no longer being recognized. Fables by Arnold LaBelle has different short stories that have different morals that students can reflect on and apply to their own lives. 6 Dots by Jem Bryant is a book biography about Louis Braille and how he was determined through the obstacle he had to face, which was blindness, and how he overcame and invented a system that blind people use still today to be able to read. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl is a novel that teaches lessons about morality, true happiness, and greed through the story of a poor boy named Charlie who finds a golden ticket and gains a life-changing opportunity. Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder is a tale of the author's pioneer life and how her family endured hardship while being united during the frontier. These books are thoughtfully picked out so that students are able to remain motivated and engaged as they read while putting their critical thinking, inferencing, and comprehending skills as they are reading, and the overall themes, while having meaningful conversations and completing different assignments about what they have read. Adapting to satisfy every student's needs is necessary if I want my students to grow as readers and further their reading skills. So, to ensure that, I will assess them, and that way I will be able to know how or what I should teach. This shows me where my students stand as readers on their own and as a class. To cater to their different levels, I will provide different level assignments that will allow students to work on something to reinforce what they are reading depending on what level they are at. Another thing I could do is offer different levels of support based on where they stand as readers. If they have a lot of room to grow, they can work on their assignments with me in a group. If little assistance is needed, they can work on assignments with a classmate, and if they're proficient, they can either work on their own or choose to help another student if needed. To direct students in selecting books that are appropriate for them, that help them grow in my classroom, I will have a library that will have different level books that will be color coordinated, and the student will be able to pick from the books within the color that is in accordance to their reading level. The color they pick from will change as they grow as readers throughout the year. If we want our students to grow as readers, we should limit how much control we impose on what children read. Of course, I do not mean for you not to care about what your child is reading, but for you to allow your child to read things that might show different cultures, perspectives, and themes, even if you might not completely agree with them. Censoring what students are reading is a giant hurdle that we have to overcome if we want students to be skilled readers, because when we limit the literature that a child has access to, we limit their learning. We limit what they're learning about other ways of life and meaningful conversations they can have with the class. Even when there are controversial topics that may be present in a book, there are other themes that go beyond those that are beneficial for the student to experience. It is understandable that parents may have concerns or questions, so please feel free to reach out through me in an email or a note in your child's folder or through a message. What I have planned out does not have to be so if you are not comfortable with your student reading any of the mentioned books. I would love if they could, but I understand if they cannot, and for that reason there are other book options that are readily available for them if needed. It is not a problem or hassle, but I do need for you to let me know so I am able to provide what your student needs. Successful readers are created in the classroom and at home. We can team up to work together to help our students be skilled readers. Some tips to implement at home are reading together, going to the library, talking and asking questions when reading, and letting the child choose the books that they prefer. Reading together allows the child to feel motivated because they see you model reading. Going to the library provides the child endless books that they might not have access to at little to no cost to you. Talking and asking questions about what is being read allows the child to process, analyze, and understand what is being read. These are important skills to have as a reader. When children pick their own books, they're able to pick according to their interests, preferences, and often are exposed to different types of books, which allows them to grow as readers. I am so excited to see how much your student grows as a reader in the 4th grade. Remember to reach out to me with any questions or concerns. I'm here to accommodate and support your child through their academic reading journey. Thank you so much for watching.